The legislation that was passed in the Scottish Parliament at the end of last year, whatever any individual's view of that legislation might be, has no impact on the decisions or the procedures of the Scottish Prison Service in deciding where prisoners serve their sentence. And even if the legislation was enforced, which it's not, it wouldn't have an impact on that. There, of course, are concerns where any individual, whether they're male, female, trans, commits serious crimes of sexual violence, and therefore it is right that the prison service has robust risk assessment processes in place. And I have confidence in those processes, but given the concerns that have been raised about two cases in particular where there's nothing to assume that those processes wouldn't have led to the right decision of individuals being in a man's prison, it's important to bring clarity to this and make clear that no transgender person that has any history of violence, including sexual violence against women, will be housed in the female estate. That's the position now, pending, of course, the wider review that is underway on these matters by the prison service. The clarity that is now given by the presumption set out yesterday should give that confidence. In terms of the wider issue, the legislation passed by a two-thirds majority in Parliament after very detailed scrutiny only changes the process by which a trans person can obtain a gender recognition certificate. A gender recognition certificate doesn't give a trans person access to anywhere. It simply allows them to change their gender on their birth certificate and doesn't impact on where a trans person can go, whether they can access single-sex spaces. The exemptions and the protections currently in the Equality Act continue to be there. I think it's right that there is a very rigorous approach to risk assessment in a prison system, and I'm not obviously au fait with all of the rules around prison systems elsewhere in the world, but I suspect what you will find is that that kind of risk assessment, risk-based approach is what is taken, because prisoners in our prison estate have committed a wide variety of offences and will pose different risks, and therefore an individualised approach is the right thing to do to make sure that it's not risks in general that the prison service is seeking to guard against, but particular risks relating to individuals. So that individualised approach, I think, is the right one. I have confidence that that gets to the right decisions about where prisoners serve their sentence, but given the public focus on this, it is right that we have brought that additional clarity so that people have the confidence that they want in the prison service and the decisions that are being taken.